to lead Congress by 32%. So what does this mean as we head into the 2018 midterm elections? Joining us now, Noelle Nickpour, Republican strategist and fundraiser, along with Gina Loudon, a member of Donald J. Trump for President, Inc. Advisory Board, and also a political analyst. Let me start with you, Noelle, on this. Apparently, overall, the women prefer Democrats by 20%, but college-educated women by 32%. Is this a temporary phase? Is this something the party should be worried about going into 2018?
Well, of course, I think that the party should be worried about it. But I'll tell you, a solution to this may be more women candidates need to be recruited. And I already know that the NRCC, they actively recruit a lot of female candidates and a lot of really good candidates. But I think if you would put an emphasis on finding some really good, relatable, college-educated, wonderful women to run for office, I think that would help. And another thing would be to look within the grassroots organizations. You know, each state, you know, grassroots, GOP leadership, and try to recruit a lot of women there, because I think women might want to look, you know, beyond the personalities of some players, key players in the Republican field, and look more towards our platform, because our platform, especially on the economic side, makes a lot of sense. Right. And these college-educated women, you know, half of them, you know, they're in the job world, they're mothers, and they're career women. So they're going to understand, you know, balance sheets, and they're really going to understand, you know, tax code, tax reform, and some things that would really appeal to them.
Fatter paychecks. They're going to understand higher wages and some of the other great things that are moving in the right direction, Gina.
Right.
Yeah. You know, you have to ask yourself, college-educated people are we talking about here, Charles? Are we talking about college-indoctrinated people? Because let's not forget that that is the slant, that more than 95% of those teaching in our universities were supporters of Hillary Clinton. So this shouldn't surprise us when we hear these sorts of numbers. But I know this about women. As somebody who spent entirely too much time in academia, I have 3 postgraduate degrees, and I wish I didn't, to be honest with you, because I think a lot of it was indoctrination. But those aren't the things. Women's issue, my gender, you got a 50-50 chance of being a woman. So I don't vote on that. I vote on things like, can I sleep at night? Because ISIS is being systematically abolished by what this administration is doing. I sleep at night because I know that my children's economic and national security future is all intact. Those are the reasons that motivate me to not only go and vote, Charles, but to get out there and support a candidate. Right. So I think those, when the rubber meets the road, I think those are the issues that women are going to be looking at.
Noelle, what do you make of that? And also remembering that Donald Trump did win 53% of the white women's vote in the presidential election.
Well, I think that he spoke to, you know, issues that are important to a lot of Americans, and that includes women. Women are Americans. So I think that he spoke to a lot of the issues that were concerning. A lot of working men and women were wanting to see a change in their economic future. And you've got to remember, a lot of these men and women flipped. I mean, a lot of these, you know, states that he won in, he flipped a blue state into red, and that was on the backs of not only working men, but working women as well.
So why wouldn't that work
that's where you saw the change.
So why wouldn't that work again next year?
It will work again next year, and it will, because what they need to do is they need to concentrate. Our platform works. Our platform is good. It depends on who is delivering the message. So what they need is they need more people that they feel like they can relate to, more college-educated women that they can relate to delivering that message. That's how you can change the whole thing around.
But Gina, okay, you know, a lot of experts are saying, these political experts are saying the GOP need to find a way to filter in more female candidates across the board. But do they, you know, to your point, do they really always have to be college educated? Can they be someone who came out of high school, started a business, has 15 employees or 30 employees, who can really relate to the average person in the country?
Yeah, I may be just speaking for myself as an average voter out there, Charles, but to me, it isn't important, the gender or the skin color or the education level. I know a lot of people who don't have college educations that have a lot more street smarts than a lot of people that were teaching me in the universities where I was taught. So I don't look at those things as much. I look at common sense. I look at common sense solutions that I think will work. And I think that's why President Trump attracted so many, especially only married women.
Right.
And it didn't matter what race or what education level they had. It was just that they were married and they have children and they're thinking futuristically. They're thinking about the legacy they're leaving to their children. Those kinds of people, regardless of gender or anything else, are the kind of people that I think the most intelligent people will be voting for, regardless of their gender or education as well.
Ladies, thank you both very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You know, in this season of